That's a little bit more like it. I'm so tired. No more energy. What if there? There we go. Da 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 da. There's LRH. I have seen better days than this one. Have I ever catched COVID-19? Not that I'm aware of, George. Uh, Probably. I don't know. I'm in the middle of fucking New York City. I think I might have that O type blood. I can't remember what fucking blood type I have. I think it's O negative or O positive, one of those. O blood's supposed to be good versus the COVID. And then I fucking I don't know, like during the start of COVID, like every time you'd have a sniffle, you'd psychosomatically attic insane. You're off your rocker at the moment. Are you like high on MDMA logic? Was that what I was reading? Or but yeah, so I can't fucking tell. I definitely was sick for a while and like felt miserable, but it wasn't like any worse than whatever. I think I just had fucking anxiety over it. You can't edit while you're rolling, and like rubbing up against the screen. I can feel the words. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but honestly, like if I were you, I would spend my time on MDMA with like a bunch of prostitutes rubbing all over me instead of editing with old load raid Dio. I love you, homie. Sorry. Yeah. Well, I'm like in the process of getting over it. I'm not gonna talk to those people again, ever again, probably. Yeah, because I'm so fucking stubborn. So apparently MDMA cures COVID-19. Yeah, it was like just one of those like boundary issues too, where I'm like, no, you can't fucking talk to me like that. I don't do that. I'm not gonna go on this thing. And then the other parties got super upset over it, and it's like one of those people wind up waiting for me at a train station after I've said I'm not gonna come, and just like a sad fucking situation for everybody because now they're miserable and mad, and I'm miserable and sad, and like I tried to bring in a third party too, and there's just no fucking hope. Like it's unfixable. And the thing about me is that if I get into an issue with somebody, who's in like family or close friends or whatever, literally we will go for a decade and not talk again, and like there isn't a decade left. You know what I mean? Fuck. So, 28 grams of shrooms and 300 what was it? Tiny grams of LSD tabs. Well, I mean, good luck with that. You know, you do not have a healthy relationship with chemicals. I'm usually all for people like exploring the psychonotosphere, but you too crazy. All right. Um, I will let you down. I'm sorry. Well, don't be let down. I mean, this is like the one big sadness for this year, other than I got drilled by a car, which is like honestly, like much less painful than this one right here. But so far, everything else is good. You know, like I've broken up with some women, but they've been good breakups for the most part, and haven't really wrecked me like some of the other breakups and so forth. The writing's going good, even though it's been disappointing that I cannot make any fucking headway trying to get people interested in Zeros. Man, Lord Almighty! Like I have sent out so many fucking emails and interview requests, and it's just pissing in the wind. I never hear anything back, and it's a shame too. What bothers me, it's like kind of the same thing that bothers me with like agents not taking a bite on it and so forth. Is I know like I can nail an interview, right? I've nailed so many fucking interviews. I just did that Andrew Lee interview, which in terms of difficulty of getting a good interview, I would rate at like 7 out of 10, or maybe even 8 out of 10, and just fucking nailed it. Literary Chicks ask about my Zero shirt. Which one do you have? Gay.org went for $1.2 million. Hell yeah. That's a good way to, that's our retirement domain right there. I have to get my own gay.sex email address. Well, anyhow, what do we got? We got, I'd say 3 hours we can work here. I'd like to get done with this chapter if we can. Let's try and focus a little bit and see what we can do. Like honestly, the one thing that like holds me together, because like all weekend I was just fucking drinking and staring at the TV and wishing I weren't me. And the only thing that really keeps me going is that each day we still edited, so I could feel like I'd done something. I'm like back into lifting weights now, which I've realized I only do when I'm real sad about something. Like that's the only time where I exercise, where I'm just fucking miserable and want something to take my mind off of it. So there are, I guess, some benefits to how this shit's going on. But yeah, I got to think of something. So we got we're almost into August, right? And then we've got like 2 months to get people interested in Zeros. And then like at the end of it, it's just a fucking flop if I don't get shit going on. So I've got to redouble my efforts and keep trying. I fucking hate going out to people with like my hat in my hand, like, hey, take a look at me. There's no other way. Anyhow, the nice thing is that this is a fun fucking story, and we get to get into more fishing. If nothing else, we could do a good old-fashioned book burning. I wonder what book I would burn. What did I really hate? Usually, like, I don't read a book long enough to hate it. Just at some point, I'll be like, this is a little too fucking pretentious for me, and start reading something else. I'm sure plenty of people hit that same spot with my books. But, all right, let me center myself. One. Two. Three. Let's edit. This is RAPAXORIS by Zach ZYZ, read by the author. Chapter 1.10. If not for the cane, Yellowhat might have kept his mouth shut about the spineworms. The others were embroiled in an endless argument. Stirs insisted it was time to turn back. Let's make it Stirs the Hook. Stirs the Hook insisted it was time to turn back. Most of their supplies were lost, and they were sunburned, stung, and sore. El Shala adamantly refused, while Revel stuck his big, stupid nose into everything. The bickering was bringing Yellowhat down, so he slipped away and drifted upriver. We can't do drifted upriver because like people will think that he's actually bumbled upriver. I got the worst book I ever read. Been saving it for years. Would like to ship it to you. Was it Dark Mage's book? 80 pages of fuck or whatever nonsense he did there. Ugh. So many shortcuts. I mean, that's the thing. Like you can see with these books, no fucking shortcuts, right? We're doing it the right way, and even if they never make a fucking cent, we did it. We did it the right way. And science fiction, oh lord, I gotta get a PO box. Yeah, I wish they had fucking PO boxes at. Well, let me ask them. I feel bad for attacking the author on Amazon. He apologized for writing it. God damn. Ugh. Ugh. Well, like even like something that comes across truly terrible, right? Like somebody had a dream at some point. Their vision was not something terrible. It was something amazing, and it takes so much effort to write even a bad book. God. P-Box and Rondito just asked if he could be on the LRH Discord. I sent him an invite. Yeah, I don't understand why he's so fucking soft about like the dudes posting all those ASCIIs and so forth. It's like I don't know, you have to fucking fight back if a bunch of kids are picking at you, and you're supposed to be. It's not like in real life, like if a bunch of 14-year-olds start throwing rocks at you or something like that. You're in a difficult situation because like you can't physically attack them. You're so much bigger than they are. But on IRC, we're all somewhat equalized by the medium of chat. And similarly, like with online shit, when you're attacked by random people, there's just like an assumption that any voice is somewhat equivalent in power. They found his marshmallow center. Is he sober now? I don't. He is not chatting like he's sober. Jesus. He might be one of those people where their default is like pretty like seesawy. You know what I mean? I know some people who are like that. When they're drinking or on the pipe or whatever they got going on, it levels them out. Like when they're constantly smoking marijuana, their emotions are fairly regulated, right? But when they're not, they're crazy as fuck. So that might be Rondito, might not be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, stupid as shit. Yeah, whatever. We'll get down to it. Yeah, we're in the fucking zone right now. We're gonna edit this chapter. The bickering was bringing Yellow Hat down, so he slipped away and bumbled up a river with a head full of smoke. Not far from camp, he found an old Sectar standing stone, half swallowed by moss. Yellow Hat was almost as faded as the ancient rings, but he could make out some of the characters. Oh, wait, you have a boo now? When did that happen, Spathywa? Hmm. Are you talking about a child, a girlfriend, a tulpa? Hmm. Do they get italicized right there? Mm. Uh-huh. Yeah, so who got that one? Yeah, let's give Logic some pointage. I don't know if you saw this shit, Logic, but looking rough, son. Looking rough. Oh, Logic is his boo. Well, I support you guys' right to Hawaiian matrimony. Wait. You got a point for fucking italicizing the runes. Yeah, nobody else said that shit. No, he's right. We do have to italicize them. The Standing Stone was meant to be a warning, but it hadn't helped the Sectar. Alright, so let's take a look at this. The bickering was bringing Yellow Hat down, so he slipped away and bumbled upriver with a head full of smoke. Not far from camp, he found an old Sectar Standing Stone, half swallowed by moss. Yellow Hat was almost as faded as the ancient lines on the stone, but he could make out some of the ring runes. Calamity, Eternity, and Prison. Sounds like fun, Hat burbled. The Standing Stone was meant to be a warning, but it hadn't helped the Sectar. They'd been gone for thousands of years. I'd love to do it in the moss sometimes. I have indeed done it in the moss there. It was like not all that we hoped because we kept getting stung by mosquitoes. Yeah, I think we didn't finish to tell you the truth. But other time that used to be my thing. Like every time we would like stop and hike through a national forest, I would get laid. And yeah, I've done it all over our beautiful country. Hell yeah! So shout outs to the National Forest System. Doing it on moss is how you break your bones. Maybe if you like slip off of a fucking ravine or something like that. I've never had that issue. Sounds like fun. Hat burbled. I want something like dazzled. Yeah, astonished. Oh, you would always have a, yeah, like you would always have that comma there. But it hadn't helped. The sectar is a completely different clause. It has to be there. Yeah. It was, the standing stone was meant to be a warning, one concept. But, separator, maybe it's but, comma. No, but it hadn't helped the sectar, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I disagree as well. I think a comma is necessary there to separate those two clauses. Yeah, yeah. That one, I know that the editor will put a comma there, and I know this guy pretty well at this point. He peered up at the rock, so high he could almost feel the years turning as the sun set and the woods grew dark and lonesome. Nice. A wolf howled. There are no coyotes here. Yeah. Yeah. No, wolves are always making some fucking noise. Even when they're just, like the same way that dogs, any crazy shit will set them off and they'll start making all kinds of noise. Coyotes with their like weird fucking yips and high pitched whatever. Hmm. As Yellowhat turned back. All right, so let's take a look at it. Sounds like fun, Hat burbled to himself. The standing stone was meant to be a warning, but it hadn't helped the sectar. They'd been gone for thousands of years. He peered up at the rock. Hat peered up at the rock. Yeah. Yellowhat peered at the monolith, so high he could almost feel the years turning as the sun set, and the wood. Feel the years turn as the sun set and the woods grew dark and lonesome. A wolf bayed in the distance, and others joined the howl. And others added their voices to the howl. Now, inscrutable, like, while it makes sense from a, like, it's a good word, but just in that context, I don't think you would ever describe woods as inscrutable. No, I'm pretty happy. I like the simplicity of dark and lonesome. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Join their voices in mournful harmony? No, no, that's too much. Give me one sec. Ugh. Ugh. No. Oh, there we go. I fucking hit the recording button for some reason. And now this thing is fucked up? All right, I gotta fix that if that's a continual issue. Be right back. Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is indeed a comma point. Oh, damn, it's getting close. Well, don't feel totally off the ball. It's just for that we already expended some of our wistfulness points on dark and lonesome. Like I think that's all we're budgeted. Because you can only evoke so much in a paragraph before the reader is like, "Come on, already, get to the action." I want to talk about how it's like an elemental response. I think I use primeval too much. Mm-hmm. Hair stood on the back of Yellow Hat's neck. He decided to return before the pack could sniff him out. He would make a thoroughly disappointing meal. comma. In the twilight, he tripped over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's an unnecessary comma. Yeah, it's a time clause, which is what was tripping me up. But yeah, here we go. There. Ooh, now that I don't have it there, it would make a thoroughly disappointing meal. In the twilight, he tripped over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. So he would be immune to pain, but I think we use stumble and bumble up here. So let's. Okay, cool. We took out. He stumbled over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. He'd tripped over the remains of Rigel's campfire. The fugitives had made no attempt to. He'd tripped over the remains of a bonfire. Yeah. Recent bonfire. Let me see. Yeah. In the twilight, Hatz stumbled over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. He'd tripped over the remains of a recent bonfire. Thousands of hair-thin black lines radiated out from the boundary stones, where spine worms had burned up as they tried to crawl away. At once, Yellow Hat... Yeah. Into the ashes of a recent bonfire. I like that too. I like the thought of him falling into ashes, which is like much more and much more reasonable given whatever. All right, hold on. Does this work? But then, can I bring myself back? Okay, so that's the issue. I can't make the camera reappear. Yeah, doggo doesn't go. Yeah, something fucked up. I just probably need to reboot the computer, but if you would remind me at the conclusion of this editing session. Fuck. Why? Oh, God damn it. Yeah, everything's fucked up today. It's been like that the last couple of days. It's really just weight on my mind, slowing me down more than anything else. In the twilight, Hat stumbled over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. I wonder if I should say something about how yeah, no, it's not better. It would make a thoroughly disappointing meal. In the twilight, Hat stumbled over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. Yeah. Hat stumbled over a stone and fell hard onto his hands and knees. Right into the ashes of a recent bonfire. Thousands of hair-thin black lines radiated out from the boundary stones, where spineworms had burned up as they tried to crawl away. Mm-hmm. Got an errant double space. Did I already get that? Yeah, I already found that. Yeah. Yeah, well, talking about parasites, you can't even fucking say the I word out here. Ridiculous. YouTube will ban you instantly. I noticed that the other day. Like, it was like I was watching some sovereign citizen video, and every time the guy said COVID, the person making the video would like bleep him saying COVID, and they would like bleep quarantine regulations. So it'd just be blank regulations. And I think he was just trying to avoid channel strikes, but what the fuck? To me, that's super creepy, right? That people are so afraid of their shit getting demonetized, or flat out getting strikes for medical misinformation, that they don't say the name of a fucking disease. Way to go. I like the Voldemort level shit. Him saying routers? No. I'm sure it's terrible. That guy thinks of like routers as like how far his DoorDash driver has to go to fucking like the optimal way to get a Big Mac into him at 4 a.m. Sneezing Ash. Hat stumbled over a stone and fell face first into the remains of a recent bonfire. Mm-hmm. It's just we're just fading into let's see. The Standing Stone was meant to be a warning, but it hadn't helped the Sectar. So we could say that there was moonlight here. The moon was rising. In the moonlight, he could make out thousands. Yeah, it's just very convenient. We'll just have a fucking moon. Trying to log on to an old server, dialing in. Yeah. The remains of a recent bonfire. After a fit of After a fit of sneezing ash and sputtering, Hat took a closer look. In the moonlight, he could make out thousands of hair-thin black lines. Thousands of thin black lines radiating out from the boundary stones. He recognized this. He knew what they were. Spine worms had burned up as they tried to crawl away from the blaze. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there. Remains of a recent bonfire. Let's see. Yeah, what do we gain by doing the remnants of a fire right there? Um, the remains of a recent bonfire. So I do want to say that it's a bonfire. Radiating from the boundary stones. Hat knew what they were. A tat. Hat knew what they were. And this is a colon. Hat knew what they were. Spine worms had burned up as they tried to crawl away from the blaze. Cool. Let me make sure I don't use caned out of his mind a little bit earlier. Cool. I like that we get to describe how faded he is and stuff like that in comparison to whatever. What fucking colon did I miss? Oh, yeah, Logic missed the colon. Yeah. Why is filthy capitalized? Yeah. Oh, you were too late. Um, Let me see. Mm-hmm. Glib with smoke. Glib and smoke are like a weird pairing. So I see what you're saying. Um, I don't know. Smoke made hat glib. No, yeah, yeah, I don't know why I'm so um, obstreperate. Not obstreperous, but obstinate this morning. Let me see. Let's try both ways. But hat was glib with smoke. Remember Tom Cruise saying you're glib during that interview? I feel like we lost something with glib. It did sound but smoke made yeah, I like that a little better. A chatty catty. A chatty Cathy. Jesus. Let me see. Yeah, that indeed should be its own sentence. Big spathy. Rambling. I don't think we use rambling anytime near. And we've used it in the book, but rambling is, you can get about 6 ramblings in a book. A wiser man would have kept silent in hopes the others would give up and turn back before they all got killed. But smoke made Hat sloppy and glib. He didn't think to wash up. Now let's fucking take that out. When he got back, the others wanted to know why he was so filthy. He blabbed, and soon... he blabbed. Soon, they were all squinting in the moonlight at the dead bonfire. Yeah, nobody would think to wash up in that circumstance? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would never wash up. Vanish off of... what could I be doing? It's a mystery. Ugh, so allergic to my own bullshit. Soon they were all squinting. So the parasites couldn't infect others. Hat. Oh, that's why, yeah, that's not better. I like that. I don't really enjoy that spine worms. The others didn't know about spine worms. Uh, mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna give Milkness one here because I did wind up taking that out. There. That is incredulous that they don't. Oh, I do want that exclamation point. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we don't need to. I don't think adding dialogue is good. So the one dialogue has been Hat burbling to himself. Mm-hmm. 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 I like this. I like What is this ward? Elshalla asked, pointing to the charred lines. Her eyes glowed faintly, swirling with different colors. Okay. Oh, what do we got? Big blue phoenix. I'm back. Just went to get food. I didn't even know you were there. Were you chatting on the other network? I do not see any chats from B Phoenix or Blue Onyx. Maybe it was yesterday. Uh, can't believe it's not but neither of them knew. What are those? Hat waited for Stirs or Rebel to jump in, but neither knew the answer. Had to. Mm-hmm. Neither. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So had it sounding pretty on the ball and clever for someone so high on cane. It had worn off a little bit. Then another drug user. Nice. Let me see. So how long has he been fucked up here? Uh, let's say that. Let's give him like an hour on his like peaking, and then like an hour of coming down. Right. That makes it like a little bit easier. Um, he was coming down now, and everything. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I don't like the child thing. Let's see. No, he's not shook at all. He doesn't care. Like, in terms of his mental state, like, he should be like, yeah, maybe it's not such a bad idea if I get eaten by wolves. Yeah. No, we can't. I don't want to have him having like a suicidal desire to. Oh, hey, hey, G. I'm also gay. Gay as hell, but no throwing up. 3 in the morning, got a line of sticks blowing up. Oh no. Yeah, and then hat is wrong. It's not magic. Those are spine worms, had informed her. Mm-hmm. Almost feel the years turn. Well, you're way the fuck back there. All right, let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, bam, catching the fuck up. Yeah. So had to go back a little bit, but totally worthwhile. No, I don't like. Mm-hmm. Neck and neck. What are those, thou shalt ask? Neither knew. Yellow Hat was mortified by their ignorance. No, that doesn't work. Yellow Hat was twice the fool for following them. The next morning, Hat woke up trembling with want and begged The next morning, Hat woke up trembling with want. He begged Al-Shalah for more cane, and as always, she refused. Everyone was in a terrible mood. Breakfast was sodden hardtack and unripe blackberries. Mm-hmm. Let's see. For a good tree. Oh, well, we covered that in, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Sorry to groan at that, but I was just like, oh, oh, oh. Mm-hmm. All right. The prospect of rowing all day on half rations had everyone in a terrible mood. The prospect of rowing all day on half rations had everyone in a terrible mood. Yellow Hat decided to do something about it. Instead of muttering curses at the stern, he kept his eyes on the riverbank and searched for a good tree. Oh, oh, I'm fucking doing it. I'm putting that in there just for the editor. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. The next morning, hold on. Let's go. Let's start reading through. Hat Paw. Actually, we should start reading from here. A wiser man would have kept silent in hopes the others would give up and turn their. Ugh. A wiser man would have kept silent in hopes the others would give up and turn back. But Smoke made Hat sloppy and glib. When he got back, the others wanted to know why he was so filthy. He blabbed. Firefox is going mental. Yeah, why do you use that browser if it's so shitty? Are you on some kind of Linux or something? Ridiculous. Although Chrome was fucking up for me like not too long ago, so I can't really complain. Smoke made Hat sloppy and glib. He found his way back to camp. Hat blabbed. A wiser man would have kept silent in hopes the others would give up and turn back. But Smoke made Hat. But Smoke made Hat sloppy and glib. He found his way back to camp, and the others wanted to know why he was so filthy. Hat blabbed. Soon they were all squinting in the moonlight at the dead bonfire. What is this ward? What is this ward? Elshela asked. It has no power. So there, it's kind of weird to like break that up. Chrome tells Google everything. Well, Firefox tells fucking Mozilla everything. So it really comes down to, do you want a big evil corporation to have all your data, or do you want a bunch of Liberian staff to have all your data? I don't want either of those things to happen. So I just make sure that every other query is for like the most vile pornography possible, so that anybody like looking at it, their eyes will just glaze over. Problem solved. The future is stupid. Yes, indeed it is. What is this ward? Elshela asked. It's not magic. Those are spine worms, Ad informed her. He was coming down and everything grated on him. What are those? Okay. Yeah, we don't need the Elshela asked, right? Because it's just the two of them talking at this point. So we can cut out some of that bullshit. Hat paused, expecting Stirs or Revel to pipe up an answer. But neither knew. Yellow Hat was mortified by their ignorance. He explained how the worms made fish inedible, that they must be burned to keep the parasites from infecting it. It must be burned. Can we do less? Yellow Hat was mortified by their ignorance. He explained the worms made fish inedible and must be burned, lest they infect others. I like that. His companions were repulsed. City-bound dopes. They were utterly ill-prepared for the wilderness. Yeah, I like that. So I actually removed that there. He explained. Oh, no, we don't need that at all. He explained the worms made fish inedible and must be burned, lest they infect others. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need a that, and we don't need a comma. Mm-hmm. Just use Brave. Just using fucking Glenn Beck's browser, like Blaze browser. Just every 4 seconds, it asks you to donate to Trump. You could have that for clarity, but I don't think it's necessary there, and I think we can skate by without using it. Yellow Hat, let's try. Hat paused, expecting Stirs or Revel to pipe up an answer. But neither knew. Yellow Hat was mortified by their ignorance. He explained the worms made fish inedible and must be burned, lest they infect others. His companions were repulsed. Yellow Hat could only shake his head at the city-bound dopes. Stirs had an excuse. He'd been born into desperate poverty. Stirs had an excuse. He was too poor to travel. But the Shants should know better. El Shala and Revel hadn't even brought fishing poles. 4 people and no poles. What folly. Yellow Hat was twice the fool for following them. Okay, cool. Yeah, I read your edit this time. That's enough. Yeah, I need to make the text bigger on the other fucking screen. It's just yeah, I wish there were fucking settings. Are there? Hold on, let me check the settings for text size. No, it'll fuck up the whole fucking thing. Hold on, let me see if we can possibly do that. Oh yeah, I can do this. All right. All right, so at the conclusion of this, I need to do 2 things. I need to, 1, set the default text size for the restream window on the other screen so that I can see them like popping in my field of vision instead of like off to the left side. Then I need to reboot the system and see if why the Stream Deck isn't working. Does Streamlabs support any kind of custom highlighting at all? What are we using? It's Restream that's doing the chat. Let me see. Finally coming down. Are you coming down, Logic? Good lord. Embed and stream. So there's a bot. Oh yeah, it just does forwarding in relay mode. Analytics of the chat. Oh wow, they have like a really in-depth chat analytics. Embed and stream appearance Discord. This filtering to hide common chat bots. And you, who's been fucking, we have banned Trolley Bear Music, Eddie Schalke, Ilkin, Patty McDougal, Superchunk, Lewis Smith, Not Loopy, Agent Beezer, It's Bacon 9. So yeah, we've had to like hide a bunch of fucking people here. Comfy ass trip editing, yeah. Yeah, thinking about, oh, I like that we have somebody high as fuck on drugs while we're writing a section about the addict. The other part of it, too, is like as we're doing this editing, we really are leaning a lot heavier on the fact that this guy is addicted and his cycle of getting up and coming down and how like bitter he is when he doesn't have it and how transcendent and angelic he is in the throes of his high. I like that. And I think we didn't really get into that earlier, and I don't have the background because I just, like, the only thing that I like even get close on these days is just drinking. It's been a long time since I've been drugged out of my mind. Okay, cool. Uh, maybe I'll come down. If he's an addict, the only time he's normal is when he's coming down. Um, I don't think he would be normal even when he's normal. You know what I'm saying? He's a weird dude. The next morning, comma. Oh, how did you guys miss that comma? The next morning, Hat woke up. The next morning, Hat woke up trembling with want. He begged El Shalah for more cane, and as always, she refused. Why? Sweaty hands? Huh. Yeah, I don't know that we haven't really detailed what the physiological. Um, I would say that like for this particular drug, I want the symptoms to be more like your nerves are fucked up than just your like sweating or nauseous or whatever. He begged Al Shalah for more cane, and as always, she refused. Breakfast was sudden hardtack and unripe blackberries. Is there a hyphen on half rations? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I've definitely like a lot of numbness and a lot of like twitchiness. Yeah, let's just make it something that disrupts the nervous system and prevents pain. Yeah, no hyphen. All right, everybody's on board. This prospect of a long day rowing on half rations. The prospect of a long day rowing with on ha- a lo- the prospect of a long day rowing on half rations had everyone in a terrible mood. Instead of muttering oaths at the stern, he kept his eyes on the riverbank and searched for a good tree. Ugh, I have got to fucking turn off those security alerts. Just fucking hack me and be done with it. Like there's no money left in my Bitcoin wallet. Just fuck off. Shortly after So what kind of gesture? Um, Hat replied with a lively gesture. Pregnant man Unicode emoji? Is there really one? Wait. Please tell me that's true. Candidate for inclusion. Oh, God. Oh. How many emojis are there at this point? Person in suit levitating? Why? Walt Jabsco. All right, ridiculous. That's just a beer gut. Yeah, he's giving birth to an IPA. It's like a fucking keg. All right, what do we got? Oh yeah, I did indeed mean. Oh, it says pedal. I fixed it. Yeah. Hello, hello. Robert Fripp used. I don't know what that is. Oh, like a guitar pedal? Who's Robert Fripp? Yeah. King Crimson. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm not such a huge fan of them. I am in the market for a distortion pedal that's stereo, but I don't think I'll actually buy one. Mm-hmm. God, the new pedal I have, the Bitmap 2, is fucking amazing. It makes you sound like a dial-up modem, which is exactly what I wanted. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Two filters that used to be owned by Moby that I will never use, along with the worst book I... Wait, are they those... which filters are they? Are they the Vestax ones where they had like a 5-position isolator? I always wanted those. Oh, I'm very interested in the pedals. Wait, what's the worst book that you read ever? I want to know this one. I had to go look due to having it erased from my mind. Borrowed Tides. It's extremely bad, and even the author agrees. Let's take a gander. Levinson. Oof. 17 ratings. Oh, God, look at this cover. Earth-like planet. Mm-hmm. Half the speed of light. Ooh, this is rough. Let's see if we can find Logic's. He won the Locust Award for Best First Novel. That's not too bad. Return to the subject that Borrowed Tides. Reminiscent of Forever War. Incredibly bad physics. They're complaining about how tea brewed at 0.7 gravity is whatever. It's not bad writing, it's a bad story. I was more interested in the filters, honestly. What filters are they? You can see my ears perk up at fucking anything that's got dials and knobs on there. Mm-hmm. Amazon deleted all my reviews. Holy shit, why would they do that? Did we lose reviews for ZYZ Books? That would be a fucking travesty. Really and truly. Soon they were back at the oars. What's the line on there we go. Inside the woods, Yellow Hat found a red myrtle tree in full flower. The stream ran beneath the shade. The stream trickled beneath its willowy boughs. I like willowy boughs. Myrtlewood was perfect for a pole, flexible, strong, and sweet-smelling. Hat stripped off a switch and rejoined the party. Soon they were back at the oars. They did a purge of all real human beings. I guess their mail server doesn't even accept my mails? Really? I agree with the colon. And I think that is a Spathy point. Oh, no, Logic got the colon. And Milkness has nodded off, so there we go. Boom. There we go. Yeah, it's weird. You can just, like, if you have an account with them, you can open a customer support ticket on it, and then they will actually go through and be like, oh, okay, well, these were purged for such and such. Or it might be hidden in the category, like where if you didn't buy the book on Amazon, they hide your review in a different little category. All right. Soon they were back at the oar. Besides the clothes on his back and his cane pipe, Yellow Hat's only possession was his fishing hook. He kept it in his pocket with the pipe. He kept it in his pocket, jabbed into a bit of cork with a line round around it. He tried to... A dozen times he tried to hawk the hook for a bit of cane. No one would oblige. No one would oblige. It was bad luck to take a man's last hook. I got in her head. I told her I would let her win for the cool hat, and then got in her head hardcore. Ooh, is that true? Besides. Wow, beside looks so weird to me. Let me take a look at that, Spathy. Because that, yeah. It's not uncommon to get confused. They sound alike. Beside means at the side of, and in addition to. Besides, in addition to, or apart from. Similar manner as a preposition. Mm-hmm. They advise that you use the term beside only if you were referring to a preposition meaning at the side of or next to, um, in addition or furthermore. So what we're meaning there is other than, or apart from. So it's actually besides. I know, right? We're never right when you're questioned, but here, um, so we're saying like to mean apart from here, not that they're next to the clothes on his back in there. So I suggest 7 changes. Wait, am I missing other changes that you suggested? Oh wait, he says no. He already corrected there before I got there. Wait, where are the other ones? Am I missing? I saw logic on a D&D stream, and oh, so she napped, and I never did find out. I never did find out what the filters were. Yeah, let me know if your chats are not appearing, Spathiwa, or if you're just complaining for no reason. I like that you corrected yourself, and I had to like think on it because I didn't know. It just seemed wrong to me, but I didn't know the full meaning. Not trying to find success as a published reader. Yeah, it just like struck me kind of wrong, but it was close enough that it doesn't matter. He tried to hawk the hook for a bit of cane 12 times. No one would oblige. It was bad luck to take a man's last hook. He tried to hawk the rusty hook for a bit of cane 12 times. No one would oblige. It was bad luck to take a man's last hook. When he couldn't scrounge money for cane or a drink, Yellow Hat would go fishing from the docks with his fellow wastrels. I like this. I like that line. Chats are appearing just fine. When he couldn't scrounge money for cane or a drink, Yellow Hat would go fishing from the docks with his fellow wastrels. He was a lousy fisherman. When he couldn't scrounge money for cane or a drink, Yellow Hat would go fishing from the docks. He was a terrible fisher. He would get embroiled in some... Hat was a terrible fisher. He would remember his eye. Yeah. He would always get embroiled in an argument or lost in some story. Yeah. I like hobos, even though there are no railroads, which I think it's the requisite for being a hobo is that there are railroads, but When he couldn't scrounge money for cane or a drink, Yellow Hat would go fishing from the docks. Hat was a terrible fisher. He missed most of his bites, embroiled in an argument or lost in some sad tale. It never bothered him. In the evening, they would pass around a jug and sing hobo songs and tavern ballads. That was the thing. Singing was free. Okay, cool. So we're up to page 75, which means that with our re-edit, we have got barely anything, but 792 words we went through and edited today, although it is a re-edit of what we had more. We still made some progress. So, want my comma point? Oh, do you really want that? Let me take a look. Terrible angler. Huh. It's interesting. It's a good angle that you got there. All right. Well, let me see how long we edited for here. Only 227. But I think we did make some progress there. And then where is this edit that I have missed? 2:30, almost exactly. Oh, that's right. I fucking had to restart the stream at some point. And then needs comma in the evening. Where the fuck is that? Oh, I know where it is. Yeah, indeed, we need that comma. So you get the point. And let's take a look at also the other 66. Ooh, 3 ahead. And then let's take a look at... he was a terrible fisherman. Yellow Hat was a terrible angler. Hat was an awful angler. I think Hat was awful at fishing. Hat was awful at fishing. He was never any good at it. He missed most of his bites. He was never any good at it. Hat missed most of his bites, embroiled in an argument, or lost in some sad tale. When he couldn't scrounge money for cane or a drink, Yellow Hat would go fishing from the docks with the other wastrels. He was never any good at it. Hat missed most of his bites, embroiled in an argument or lost in some sad tale. It never bothered him. In the evening, they would pass around a jug and sing hobo songs and tavern ballads. Sing hobo songs and... No. In the evening, they would pass around a jug and sing hobo songs and tavern ballads. That was the thing. Singing was free. It's a semicolon. Yep. Yeah, we can't. He's just no good at it. Yeah. So I'm going to give you that point also, just because I think that's a better change, where we don't even call him a fisherman because he's trash. All right, let me get to work. I can't believe it. I was supposed to be on vacation all this fucking week. Now I just have to go back to work like a fucking dope because me and this other person are both too idiotic to come to terms. Jesus. There really is no hope for me, man. All right, well, thank you everybody who joined in the editing stream. Made a little tiny bit of progress today, and that will have to be enough. That's the thing. Editing is free. So we can't do D&D tomorrow. Oh, we're gonna do D&D next week. So next Monday we will do it. I'm in too miserable of a state to D&D. I really and truly, it just wouldn't go well. So yeah, thank you for checking in and thank you for participating, and I will